Hello and welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thundernerds. I'm Dustin.
I'm Kurt.
Yeah. So how's it going?
It's going good, man.
Yeah.
Just another week. Seems like only yesterday we were here chatting.
It does.
So what'd you do
It
this
does
weekend?
indeed.
Anything fun, man?
Oh, geez. I don't even remember. I did. I went bowling.
Wow.
That was like the first time I was out ever in a long time.
Yeah, bowling. How'd you do?
Uh,
300?
No, I did not. But I scored higher than my previous high score, which was 69. So I got a 150 this time.
Nice. Very
Not
nice.
impressive, but still.
Now, what's the length of time between this bowling and the last time you went bowling?
It's years.
More than 10.
Probably less than 10, but more than 5.
And you doubled your score.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Very proud of you, Dustin.
Yeah, I actually came out with a battle scar.
How do you get hurt bowling? Besides dropping the ball on your foot, you know?
I didn't drop the ball on my foot, but I went to go bowl, and I didn't swing my leg out of the way in time, and my the hand with the ball smashed into my knee like super hard, and I almost fell. Managed to recover, and then squared up and actually bowled the frame, but finished
Wow.
bowling the frame. But man, my knee is like black and blue.
I don't think I've ever heard of a bowling injury, but now I have.
Yep.
Now I have. So if anybody ever brings anything up, I can say, I know that guy.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a couple of you.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have gotten their thumb stuck in the ball and they throw it. It,
Yeah.
dislocates their thumb or rips it off completely. Who knows?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Not awesome.
Now, did you have bumpers along the lanes? Was it
No.
bumper bowling? Well, here I go with my hand again right in front of the camera. So there weren't bumpers. That's good.
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't bumpers. But could have probably used some. But I probably still would have gotten gutter balls without it. But that is what it is.
I've been, I got to tell you, I kind of sit back and watch the group chat of the Geek-Men.
Yeah.
And I keep, every now and then, I'm going to interject. And then I look at what you guys are talking about, and still, I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff. But try to throw in a little thing every now and then. But
Yeah,
I'll
I mean,
catch
if
up
you
to
just
speed.
pop a meme in somewhere, then we'll get you. We got you.
Gotcha. So, I'm hoping that you did watch Caveman.
I did. I did watch it.
Last week, for everybody out there, we showed a trailer for a B movie that I wanted Dustin to watch called Caveman, starring Ringo Starr, Shelley Long, and a cast of others. And just before
Dennis
the show,
Dennis
I
Quaid
went
was
Dennis
in it.
Quaid, a very young Dennis Quaid. Yeah, I went online just to see, because I know there's not, the dialogue is very different, but I wondered, is there a quotes page? And sure enough, there is.
Uh-huh.
And there are many quotes from that movie. Unfortunately, it's all zug zug.
Yeah.
Atuka Lana Luna zug zug. I think they say fire eventually, and
Yeah, they did.
they point out, caca.
Yeah.
No, that's shit.
Yeah.
So, but that's
Yeah,
it. Those are the only
very
words.
Weird, very weird movie. But I don't know. It was a movie.
Nothing that made you laugh out loud, or any memorable moments.
Oh, there was so many memorable moments, but like I thought it was really funny how the one dude, the blind one, was stumbling around and like went over and was feeling up the girls because he's
Nobody's
blind.
meeting everybody. Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, yeah.
But then he's
just thought that was
going
funny.
up, and he doesn't feel their head,
Right.
and he's checking again.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
grabbing two different women.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And then how they invented music sitting around the campfire.
Yep.
But
That was fun.
yeah, if you think about it, could they have messed up their lines in that movie? I mean, if they say the wrong word, did they cut? Did they go back?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be one of the easiest roles to play is a caveman that speaks gibberish or whatever you want to call it, caveman speak. But,
Yeah.
So how many stars on a scale of 1 to 5 stars? What is your rating for Caveman?
I'd say maybe 2, a 3.
A 2.
I'll be generous and give it a 2 or 3.
Wow. And the thing
it was
like
fine.
I said, that movie was on HBO all the time. People were paying a subscription.
Yeah, I don't understand how, and because there was like no nudity in it. There was nothing really like over the top or sexy or sensual about it for it to be like on a HBO type platform. Of course, that's what we know as today, and
right.
But
yeah,
I don't know.
I thought it was just it was such an odd movie, and I as a kid I loved it.
Yeah.
The scene, Dennis, they're laying there, they're trying to sleep. Dennis Quaid's talking, and that massive bug lands right on his face. Doesn't know what to do, so Ringo Starr just smashes it.
Yes, and it's like it's like coughing up.
Just a stupid slapstick humor. The dinosaurs were funny.
Yeah, they were, and I thought it was clever how they baited it with treats or whatever to get the dude to come over and fight, and I thought that was really clever, and how they managed to make them all stand up by cracking their backs.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, that's why wouldn't
that's how we learn to stand the right way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm not going to say you have to see it. Definitely is not the best word, but if you haven't seen it, you might want to get a laugh out of it.
Yeah.
But it was that, sorry.
I didn't turn it off, so.
Well, that's good.
That's something.
And a lot of times that's going to be my goal, to see, can you make it through? But I had a feeling you'd watch this one all the way through.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of a time where I was like, I don't know, I got to turn this off.
Well, I have a feeling this week there may be a candidate. Because I have two trailers.
All right.
That we're going to talk about this week. One is a movie and one is a TV show.
Okay.
Now, the first one, this is a movie that came out in 1980. And it stars, 1985. And it stars a very, very young James Spader.
Okay.
That's the main star. The second billed star is Kim Richards, who, as a young boy, I was in love with Kim Richards. When I was real little, like 6, 7, 8 years old, she was the girl in all the Return to Witch Mountain movies from Disney, if you ever watched any of those.
Okay.
And as a teenager, she was in a bunch of teen movies. She eventually wound up present day, a couple years back on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, along with her sister. Was it Kim Richards and Denise? No, Kim Richards, and I can't remember her sister's name now. But anyway, she's one of the big stars on that show. And she had a good career as a young child, but then turned to drugs and lost it all and still struggles to this day. So that's sad. The surprise of this movie to me is my dog that's whining next to me is Robert Downey Jr. is in this movie, and he plays Robert Downey.
Nice.
Yeah. So, again, the movie is called Tough Turf, and I do have a trailer for it.
All right.
If you are interested, this movie is available to watch on YouTube, the paid version and the free, which we probably shouldn't say, but it is out there.
Yeah.
So, Dustin, if you want to...
let's cue it up.
give it a play.
Meet Morgan Hiller.
First day in a new school. You ready for it?
I always.
He's got an attitude.
No bike riding on campus.
Well, I was just sort of hoping I could take a quick ride through history. You mind taking those off? I like to see who I'm talking to.
They've got a problem.
Let go of me!
Not until you tell me what your name is.
He lives in two worlds,
I'm sure Patty and Alan will vouch for us.
always behind enemy lines.
You are not now, nor were you ever members of this club.
Just when I thought we were going to be good friends.
Tough turf.
They took your car. I don't own a car, man.
He's a loner on a roll. An outsider on the edge.
All right, I got to pause it here for a second. Right there, that guy. Right there. Not him. But I have been searching. The guy that plays the bad guy. His name, he's third build. His name is Paul Mones. I can't find proof, but I'm 100% sure. That's the dude from Roadhouse that Patrick Swayze ripped his throat out. So I want you to think about that. Think of a younger version of this guy, but, you know, he's the bully. But I'm telling you, I'm going to find proof. That's the dude who got his throat ripped out by Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. You can proceed.
All right.
And the girls, they both love.
She belongs to Nick.
Come on, Jimmy. Lincoln freed the slaves. Yeah, I thought you were known as such a nice, respectable guy.
I could just ice you right now.
They can't shut him down.
Body heat on contact.
And they can't cool him off.
You!
I figure if I wait long enough, maybe I can...
Get lucky?
Tough turf.
Nobody takes anything that I own. Nobody.
He stands alone, and one way or the other,
Well, I hate to tell you, big brother, but the rules have changed.
What is this, your will?
he's going to make this town his own.
Don't mess with the man with a leather jacket and
He's
sunglasses.
always been a rebel.
Yeah.
Now, he's about to become a hero. Tough Turf. Featuring music by Southside Johnny, Lena Lovitch, Marianne Faithfull, Jim Carroll, and Jack Mack and the Heart Attack.
Jack Mack and the Heart Attack.
Yeah, so that's Tough Turf. Again, as a young fan of Kim Richards, I recommend seeing Tough Turf. But it's funny to watch. You know, James Spader. He's got that. I don't know what you call it. You know, his coolness. You know, like on The Blacklist and other shows, he's got that attitude about him. The best
Office.
would be when he played Robert California. Yes, Robert California in The Office. But to see that same attitude and character when he's young is just so cheesy and corny. You know, but he's always been that way. So that's one I recommend you watch. But again, I don't ever want to stick you. So I'm going to give you a couple choices. We have Tough Turf, or you've heard the name Stephen Bochco, right? Television producer, writer, Stephen Bochco. He's written everything from what are we looking at his credits? He did, you know,
Yeah,
Hill
he did.
Street Blues and just so many great TV shows.
Yeah,
But
a
in
couple
19
episodes of Columbo.
couple episodes of Columbo. But in
Yeah, he's all over.
1990, he took a very, very bold step. And ABC agreed that what he was writing was going to be revolutionary, something no one had ever seen before, the next generation of television programming. I'm really not even going to tell you what it's called. We're just going to play it.
All right.
All episodes are available They're all available on YouTube.
Okay.
So you got to watch them. You know, you said you started watching one at one point.
Yeah, I started watching the one episode, but I didn't finish it because I had no time.
So Dustin and I would like to present to everyone this amazing, futuristic, change the future of television TV show.
All right.
Police, we have a warrant for your arrest.
It's more than a drama.
Well, I want to thank the jury.
It's more than a musical.
Step up, chump. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Don't be coming for you, ready or not.
It's a totally new form of television.
You're gonna read me my rights.
Wednesdays this fall, Stephen Bochco's Cop Rock.
Cop Rock.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, man, the commercials, they were pumping this like it was going to be huge.
Yeah.
Now, he is credited for 7 episodes, but it didn't make it past, I believe, 3.
Yeah.
It was
That's all you can find online, right?
Yeah. Well, no, all 7, I believe all 7 episodes are on YouTube. I know I have the playlist saved. So
okay.
Later on we can throw it in the comments or something, the link to it. But yeah, it's definitely something to watch.
Oh goodness. Yeah, yeah, that's hard. I might stick with it, but I got to that part when they start singing and rapping and stuff, and I'm just like, what the crap?
It's a musical, and little known fact about me, I hate musicals.
Well,
now
yeah.
I liked Grease because my daughters loved it and they would dance around and stuff, but I hate musicals. But this was just so bad. It was definitely worth the watch.
I'm also not a fan of musicals. However, I am a big fan of things like Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Yeah.
And Sweeney Todd, the Barber of Fear Street or whatever. That's good. Rent was okay. Yeah.
I think when I was 14, my parents, I remember I came home from school one day and my parents we got a big surprise for you. You and your sister. Big, huge surprise. Man, my imagination started going and nothing I said, they would not tell me what it was. I was so excited. We get in the car. We get downtown. We're going to go see Cats.
Oh, gosh.
Dude. And, I didn't throw a fit. I didn't throw a temper tantrum. I became the pouty kid who just sat in the chair the whole time with his arms crossed. And about 10 minutes into the show, I'm sitting there going, well, this is kind of cool. This is actually kind of good. But intermission came and my mom said, so what do you think? Well, I hate this. This is stupid. This isn't a surprise. So I was about, I think, 30 when I admitted to my parents, I really did like Cats. Thanks for taking me.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
But that's, I can't think of many others I'd go to see. Maybe Beetlejuice. That's supposed to be a pretty funny musical. But,
yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah. I don't know, but, I'll have to give him a shot. I'll give him a chance. We'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, definitely. And again, anybody out there wants to check him out and leave us a comment as to what you thought. Or again, if you want to suggest any B movies or just horrible movies or TV shows, please send them.
Yep, I definitely agree with that.
Speaking of television, I got to tell you, man, my love of Judge Judy. I've always been a Judge Judy fan. You know that. And they now have the Justice Network, which is not Judge Judy because she still got her own thing, but it's 24 hours a day of all the court shows some you never even heard of, some that need to go away, but everyone is there.
Is the Steve Harvey show on there?
He has a court show? Yeah. Really?
Yeah, yeah, it's Judge Harvey.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's just like that dude's everywhere.
These are the legit real life judges. So you got, Judge Hatchet, Judge Mathis, Judge Maybelline, whatever. People's Court's not on there, but Judge Karen, bunch of others. Judge Hatchet, I think I said that, but it's when I'm working from home that's on the TV like nonstop. I often wonder. I don't think anybody could hear, but working at a law firm, you got to wonder when I'm on the phone if anybody can hear. Yeah. I'm suing my sister. She took all my stuff. It's like, but I did find out that a lot of those court shows, they don't do the background checking as well as they should. I came across a video of this guy who said that for fun, him and his college roommates would come up with reasons to sue each other. And then they'd apply on the different court shows, and they got on 3 or 4 of them. And in each one, they were playing different scenarios. Because what happens is, let's say right now, I'm going to take you to Judge Judy. They have a limit of $5,000. Well, that's what you and I will get paid a piece for going on the show. Okay. So if I'm ordered to pay you $3,000, it just comes out of the 5 that they were going to give me. So you get to, if you don't have any money, you want to go do something like those guys did, you walk out of there with $5,000 or a couple grand a piece. But they pay for your hotel, they pay for your flights back and forth. You just got to go. And so I say we start thinking up some scenarios. Maybe we can use Chat GPT to draw up some, draw up a small claims court lawsuit involving jellyfish and a rope or something,
Right.
And see what it comes up with.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, but that's low down on the court shows. I had to bring that up.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's intriguing.
So what's happening with Yellowstone? I hear that Kevin Costner's not coming back.
After season 5.
Season 5, he's not coming back. The show is gone after season 5?
Yeah, but they already got a spinoff of another show. They already greenlit another spinoff, which I think is the thing that has been running around rumors that it's with
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
I'm betting that's what it is. But
I don't know, man. I like him, but I don't know in this role. I don't know.
Well, I don't think he's gonna be. Okay, I don't think he's going to be the head figure, the father figure in that show.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to be
one of the main characters, but not the head of the family or the head of the ranch or head of whatever.
They may play it that way, but I think it's going to be. I don't think he's going to take the place of Kevin Costner. Okay. That's the main thing that I'm thinking, but. I'd have been fine with it if it's just like another generation that's spun off, that's just like 1983 or 1886 or whatever. Just if it was another continuation, just with him, I'd be fine with that.
If they made it like it's their white trash hillbilly cousins that are making moonshine and just wreaking havoc, that'd be good.
Yeah, that would probably be funny. But I don't know if that's what they're up to. But I don't know. Speaking of those shows again, though. So Yellowstone is wrapping up after season 5. I found a couple other shows that's been interesting to watch. They're on Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
It's called Silo.
I started watching the first episode of that and was distracted by a bunch of other stuff. I have to go back and start that over.
It was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. There's been 2 episodes so far, and I think they're pretty good. Very interesting, but we'll see how it plays out. Another show that I just started, The Diplomat, with Kerry Russell.
Okay.
It's on Netflix, and that's been good. There's another show. I forget what it was though. I have so many TV shows that I just continue to watch them and watch a new one.
Right. I went the Vikings Valhalla. Did you I went through that second season. It just went by so fast. And it's like they're moving so fast through each episode, with Leif Erikson, and it's just it's almost like this whole second season was just to set up something else. But it was rather disappointing. The first season I liked. It was different, it was intriguing, but I don't know, did you watch any of it?
No, I haven't watched any of it yet. It's been on my to-watch list.
Right,
but
which I've seen in TV time, and it's pretty intense.
Yeah, I do have quite an extensive list on there. But, yeah, I don't know. So, what about you? Did you listen to the band I suggested?
I totally forgot.
Distracted by Butterfly again.
I'm sorry. What was the band?
I don't remember.
I'll have to go back and watch. Yeah, I do apologize.
Our Last Night.
No, I did not. I did not.
It's got like this metal. They always have ads on Instagram that it's like, hey, if you like this song, we're doing our own version of it, and it's whatever goes heavy.
Yeah.
And
we did
then
talk
they
about
just
that.
Yeah, it's fun. They're
well,
a fun group.
I will pay better attention and actually do my homework.
What about the stuff? Did you find any new interesting bands?
I didn't. There wasn't too much released this week that I really liked. There are a couple of things coming out this week. Again, this is just in the hard rock metal genre. Out of everything coming out, Friday the 12th is the new stuff coming out. There's for the heavier fans out there, the new Acacia Strain is good. There's a bunch of stuff coming out, but really there's a lot of death metal stuff that I'm not really into. Now, Devil Driver, that's a band I really enjoy there. If anybody remembers Coal Chamber from the early 2000s, it's that singer Dez. They have several albums. They're pretty heavy, pretty relentless. But yeah, they have a new album coming out. Dealing with Demons Volume 2, that's on Napalm Records. Dropkick Murphys has an album coming out. Okima Rising, which is on Dummy Luck Records. And if this always gets listed in metal, and I never understand it. I don't know if you've heard of this band, Dustin, but it's My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. It was a band that really rose to my attention in the early 90s with the whole industrial phase that started where, bands like Ministry and bands like that were coming out. More of a dance kind of sample-driven stuff. So interesting to see they always put that band out as metal. But that and another band I would check out if you're into the heavy stuff, album coming out on the 12th is Veil of Maya. There's more stuff coming out on the 19th. We can talk about that next week. There's nothing crazy, but there's a couple really good things in here, especially if you like some of the old school metal. There's some guys that are releasing some stuff after a long time, some collaborations and stuff. But yeah, nothing that stood out to me this week, and it's kind of a bummer. Like I said, I really enjoy going genre through genre, looking for new stuff, trying to hear stuff, but not a lot of stuff last week that really caught my eye.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's unfortunate. What was it? The Galactic Empire?
Yes.
They released a new album, whatever. I thought that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I saw that. First thing I did was hit share and forwarded it to you. And
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
you had already heard, you had already knew about it and were listening to it. But
Yeah, I was. As you send it to me, I just laughed because it's like I literally had it playing at that moment.
that's got to be
But
fun, though.
yeah,
You know,
it
just
is sometimes.
going on stage and playing, just totally taking a whole nother area. You know, Star Wars,
Yeah,
and turning that into something that you can go play metal shows with other metal bands. You know, I'd love to go see a major headlining band and see those guys in the middle act or whatever. That'd be great.
right.
You know,
Oh, what about? I would like to see them with the not troll, not, the dwarf metal.
the dwarf metal.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would like
The
to see them.
Galactic Empire I could take seriously. The troll metal, I don't know.
Well,
know.
it's dwarf metal, and I sent you that link.
Yes,
you
I
listen
know.
to it?
I sure did.
Okay.
I watched some videos too. And they're dwarfs.
Well, not actual dwarves, but not little people. I'm just talking like they're. I don't think they are. Are they?
I mean, they look like dwarfs.
Well,
Why else would you write dwarf metal?
Well, they're dressed like dwarves, but
Well,
it's like
yeah. I mean, are they on their knees on stage with like fake shoes, like Dorf? That character Dorf.
I have no idea. That's something I have to look into now.
You gotta.
Now
I mean, come on, man. I'm gonna write Viking metal. Don't anybody dress like a no real Vikings, please. No. I would think they're dwarf metal because they're dwarfs and they're playing clubs that have smaller stages. Oh, that's a bad joke. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. But you know where I'm going.
Yeah, I know where you're going. I didn't think so, but hang on. Let's take a look. We have the interwebs here. We can look real quick. Dwarf metal. Diggy hole. Okay, so Wind Rose is the name of the band. Wind Rose. Actual dwarves? There's no definitive answer to this question. There's no clear definition what constitutes as a dwarf. What? Some people say that wind roses are dwarves if they are smaller than average, while others might say that they are considered dwarves if they have certain physical characteristics. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, short.
Oh, let's see. Looking up the band, see if there's any Warfronts. Let's see, companies, Dwarven Metal. Do.
How's the chat? Is it overflowing with comments right now?
Oh yeah, no, I don't think so.
You have to quiet everybody down.
Yeah.
While you are looking for that, I do have a recommendation for you since you are a fan of Galactic Empire. When you get a moment, check out the band Power Glove. It's one word.
Okay.
I can tell you they're a metal band, and some of their song titles, which will kind of maybe give you a sense of where they're coming from. Animaniacs is one of their titles. X-Men.
Okay.
Batman, the 1989 movie theme, redone. Inspector Gadget and...
Oh, wait. Yeah, I've heard of these guys.
You've heard of these guys. You need to check them out. I think they are right up your alley, along with Galactic Empire.
Yeah. Dang it, now I have that song stuck in my head. Diggy hole, diggy hole. Anyway. I think one of my other friends has actually been to see them.
Really?
So I'll have to ask him. Yeah. Do you want me to comment on this genre? Probably not.
Who said that?
That was my mom. Oh, goodness.
So yeah, check out Power Glove and also check out Arm Cannon. I think you'll like them. With their
Power
smash hit,
Glove.
I'm a real sexy American boy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. Oh, okay. I see it. It commented out to all the different places I'm streaming, so, and just duplicated them all in the chat.
Yeah.
Another, right.
And the last one I have along the same lines of, I don't know what the right word is. You got Galactic Empire, Power Glove, bands like that, and they put them in metal or they put them in hard rock, but I don't know. To me, are they parody bands? Are they, because they're covering other things, maybe changing them a bit. I'm not quite sure, but it seems like there needs to be a category for hard rock and metal when it's, pointing in a genre like, we're singing about superheroes, comic books,
right?
Action movies, stuff like that, or we're singing about saving the day and we're dressed as a superhero. Also,
Wonder Boy.
Video game soundtracks, right? How often does a video game come out that has original music that you actually want to keep listening to? Have you ever listened to the Doom soundtrack?
Well, just in the game, I've heard it, but I've never listened to it outside of the game.
I would check it out on Apple Music. I know that's what we both use.
Yeah.
It's the original game soundtrack. Came out in 2016, and the artist is Mick Gordon. It is some of the... When I say heavy, I don't mean like crazy fast heavy. I'm talking just... You'll hear these songs. There's no vocals. It's all instrumental. And you just want to get in your car and go run something over. Or
yeah.
It is so good. So I mean, seriously, the Doom soundtrack, 2016.
I'll have to check that out.
It's heavy.
So, okay, I have something for you. And let me find it. What is that? Okay. It's called Mutual Annihilation. It's by J.M. Scherf, the same guy who made our theme song.
Okay.
That we play every episode, twice an episode. Same dude that makes that released an album called Mutual Annihilation. And it's like a sci-fi, like, metal. It's so good. You just turn it on and just listen, because there's no lyrics, but it's just smooth and it's so cool.
That's the album?
I really dig it.
Album name?
Mutual Annihilation. J.M. Scherf.
J.M. Scherf. Nice.
Yeah. Plug for you there, buddy boy. Thanks again for making that theme song for us.
It's, you know what? It's a funny song to me in a positive way. It just reminds me of the the video game music or the stuff from back in the day.
Yeah.
The 80s, 90s, the Ataris, the stuff like that. It's so spot on, man.
Yeah. I mean,
so yeah.
I think that was my only instructions, was like, hey, capture the essence of the show, video games, stuff like that, like Legend of Zelda, Turtles, that kind of fun theme.
Yeah.
And
I'm definitely going to listen to his stuff, because I can't imagine. His other stuff's just got to be incredible.
Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, this is awesome.
Dude,
he's a really talented dude.
It's so awesome now how easy it is. Not easy. How we have the ability to create music, put it out there, and you can't tell if it came from a multi-million-dollar studio down the street that you paid $80 to $100 an hour for, or your home studio in your bedroom.
Right.
For years, I've been in band after band after band, and you remember Voodoo Brother. And, you know, when COVID hit, everything kind of fell apart with that. And it's like, you know, sitting around, itching to play, itching to be in a band. And it's like, wait a minute, man, there's got to be a way to do this myself. You know, so I'm slowly getting into that, slowly getting things set up. And, you know, I'll be able to work with the guys in the band without actually having to work with the guys in the band.
Right.
You know, my cousin
which is
James.
awesome.
Yeah. You know, my cousin James, here's a plug. Local band called Death Weapons.
Okay.
My cousin James Isom, vocals, guitarists, and he's an amazing fireman as well.
Okay.
It's just good stuff. Good clean vocals, nothing growly or screamo.
Okay.
But yeah, check them out. Definitely check them out. He does all their recording, writes a lot of their stuff. It's good stuff.
Nice. Awesome. Sounds like a good time. And for whatever reason, that local band always reminds me of the 7-Year Dungeon Beard. It was a local band. I heard. Was
I love
playing
that name.
I know it's such an epic name. It sticks with you. Oh yeah.
You know, and you're going to get me on that whole band name thing again, because that is one of the coolest band names I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we are going to have to dedicate some time in a future episode to our infamous band name list.
Yeah, we have some epic band names in that.
And just
I think my favorite. My favorite so far is and this is awful to say, but it is what it is. The Alcoholocaust.
Oh yeah, that is, and that was one of the first ones we came up with.
It's just so like random and
yeah. But you know the funny thing about that is being in bands when it comes time to come up with a name. It doesn't matter how hard you try.
Yeah.
You end up coming up with stupid stuff just to get laughs, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I went again playing with ChatGPT. I said, you know, let's create a list of 100 completely nonsensical band names. And I had to tweak it quite a bit, but it finally gave some pretty good ones. I'm going to bring those. I think I'll bring those in next week.
Yeah.
Along with, I had ChatGPT generate a list of movie synopsis.
Okay.
Involving characters with superpowers that are completely useless, absurd, and nonsensical.
Okay.
So, and it generated a great list.
Nice.
Of items. So we'll have to go over those. I think we can find one that we like, and if we agree on it, we can actually have it right the first pilot. Maybe we can get enough characters that the Geek-Men can actually do a table read of a horrible ChatGPT show that we create. That might be pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. Oh, geez.
So, are you? Do you have anything? I know you said your lists are long, but is there anything that is standing out that you just cannot wait to see? What one thing is just really you cannot wait for it to come out?
Well, I would have to say TV show wise, I'd have to say probably Reacher. I think that's on the horizon for June.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Maybe July. And that was such an amazing series first go around. But movie wise, I don't know, there's a bunch of horror movies and stuff that look interesting or fun to watch, but I'm interested to see Avatar. I haven't seen the latest Avatar. And so I still want to see that.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see your take on that.
Yeah, I know Bo already saw it, but I said no spoilers.
Yeah, I won't give any spoilers. I did watch it as well.
Yeah.
But
You did watch it?
yeah, I did. I did see
Okay,
it.
well,
And
you're going to give me a spoiler, so...
No, I'm not. It
Well,
involves these things and these creatures, and they do this stuff.
And then
they
had this one dude died, and then you did this whole thing, and then it's like, you just told me the end of the movie.
Right. I've learned to not do that anymore.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Tell you what, it's outrageous. But, I don't know. What about you? What are you looking forward to?
Not a lot on the movie side. I am really looking forward to the return of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
That is, I think that's going to be good. And I recently, I like podcasts. I listen to podcasts every day, but I've never been a fan of a podcast where the characters talk about their show. I never liked it. I tried listening to the Office podcast, and it was okay, but the It's Always Sunny podcast is really good. I don't know if you ever checked it out, but it's good.
Think so.
It's worth checking. It's Charlie and Mac most of the time, and there's another girl there that's not on the show.
Not D.
Right, it's not D, but she'll bring up each week a different episode, and the way she knows what to ask. What made you do this?
Okay.
And they'll go over what they were thinking. What has inspired this scene or that scene, and it's pretty absurd when you hear some of the reasons how they've come up with some of the stuff they've done. It is pretty intense.
Well, that sounds interesting. I think I will have to listen to that, but yeah, I'm now curious about another podcast. It's a podcast that Michael Rosenbaum does with Tom Welling, and they talk about episodes of Smallville.
Oh, okay.
It's like they're reminiscing, but they go back and talk about that. And also Michael Rosenbaum has another show, Inside of You, that's been really good as well.
Is that a romance podcast?
No.
Okay.
No, it started out.
Clarify.
It started out as like a mental health awareness. Like, hey, you can get help out there. Right. Talk to someone, anyone. Here are these numbers to talk to and stuff like that. But it was sort of like about him and how he sort of had struggles, and then brought other people who had similar struggles into his studio, and they just sort of talked about it. Like they each unloaded, and he found it like really refreshing to just go through that process. So then it just built from there. And I think it's turned out to be a pretty good show. I listened to the first few episodes a long time ago. But it's still trucking along. And I want to go back and check a few episodes that specifically that had audio guests and stuff. That I think it would be so fun to listen to.
Yeah, I've been listening to. I'll go through. I'll listen to a podcast, and I've noticed if I like a podcast, I'll listen to it sometimes for a couple of years, and then I'll lose interest and move on to something else. But
yeah.
I've been lately, the podcasts that I'm really getting into are, comedians.
Right.
I don't know if you're familiar with Theo Vaughn. I don't know what it is with that dude. I don't know if he has some nonsensical language that he uses, or he's from the South, comes up with some weird things, but he's got a podcast called This Past Weekend. And every week he has a guest on, and he, interviews guests, different people, talks about different things. And I know you were for a while. Are you still listening to Bert Kreischer's podcast?
No, yeah, I was just about to ask the same thing. I No, I think the last thing I heard, I mean, I've heard him and
This is Tom Segura.
Tom Segura. Thank you.
Yeah.
They bicker back and forth about their little competitions and stuff, and then
Right.
I think that's where I sort of fell off and
Right.
lost interest. But
Me too.
I heard, I watched the Bert Kreischer Netflix special where it's like him and a bunch of people in the woods.
How was that?
It was actually pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, I found it entertaining. I watched it all, so. But
Yeah, I kind of fell off like you did as well. But then I started listening to Tom Segura's podcast with his wife, Christina P., Your Mom's House.
Okay.
And it's funny, but there's something I'm starting to notice in a lot of podcasts now, and I don't know why it's there, but I want to stop it before it spreads. And that is, every podcast has some dude, a producer or one of the interns that's off mic, that cackles and laughs hilariously at absolutely everything.
Oh, jeez.
It seems like every podcast or comedy podcast has that one. It's just like, come on, man. But
yeah, I mean, I it's like what I used to do at a couple shows. I think that even the show that we went to a long time ago, like I would give the person a laugh, like ah ha, ha. And then you would hear other people like start to join in and laugh.
Oh, sure.
Then it like clicks and they actually get it.
It's like yawning.
Yeah. Right. So it's just, I think, and then you saw the comedian actually start to pick up pace. Like he's like, okay, people, and then he got better as it continued to go on because he had that initial.
Oh yeah,
laugh.
you're definitely gonna, that feedback's gonna fuel you. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like playing a
so
show
it's like
and people are in the front row pumping their fists at you. It makes you want to, just go nuts.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's exactly why I did that, especially there was a show that we ended up going to that our entire group went to. And the dude was funny, but he wasn't like landing the jokes, like really landing them. So it's like that's when I started laughing and gave him those few laughs, and then he just continued to get better, and I enjoyed it much better, much more than. So yeah, sometimes you gotta have that, but sometimes it's like, okay, that was funny, but it's not that funny.
I really would love to see. Do you ever listen to Jimmy Carr, the English comic?
No, I don't think I've seen him.
If I send you a clip or two of his from YouTube, you'll know who he is the minute you see him. They do. There's a lot of clips on Instagram Reels and whatnot where it's a comedy show over in England, and you'll recognize him as soon as you see him. But he's actually coming to the Ohio Theater down at Playhouse Square in Cleveland, which would be fantastic to go see. And I'll tell you who else is coming that I would love to see is Anthony Jeselnik. I don't know if you're Anthony Jeselnik, the most sarcastic, dry humor comic I have ever heard.
Yeah. And
I mean, I really, out of all the comics I've thrown your way, I think you would just absolutely love Anthony Jeselnik. 100%.
Oh, goodness. I'll have to check him
definitely.
out.
I'll send you some links of his.
All right.
Definitely.
Nice.
And Stavros, I can't even pronounce his last name. Haikukis or something like that. I'll send you his Stavi's World clips. He's a guy out of Baltimore who did a podcast with two other comics in New York for a while. Then he kind of branched out and he was just doing small clubs. But for some reason, he released a YouTube special and it just exploded. So he went from doing these 200-seat theaters to a month later now playing 5,000-seat theaters. And it's just he's on a crazy whirlwind tour. It's pretty funny, not clean at all. pretty
Raunchy.
one of the raunchier guys, but it's not like the comics that are just raunchy to be raunchy, But yeah, so Anthony Jeselnik, Stavros High something, Kakis, whatever, and Jimmy Carr. Those are the three you should check out, and I'll send you those links later on.
All right. Yeah, well, hang on. Let's have a quick check-in with our sponsor.
Thank you to our sponsor, Manscaped. Join us as we take a look at the Performance Package 4.0. First up is the Lawnmower 4.0. Mowing your lawn has never been so much fun. You'll even be volunteering to mow other people's lawns, if you know what I mean. You won't need sight beyond sight to see what you're doing down there. Next up is the Weed Whacker 2.0. Also, with its skin-safe technology, you'll never have a pesky ear or nose hair out of place. Why not try out the Crop Reviver? It will leave your Orbs of Power silky smooth. Last up, we have the Crop Preserver. It's the best way to combat that itchy burning sensation you get when chafing. Get 20% off and free shipping when you use the code Thundernerds at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code Thundernerds. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job at Manscaped.
All right, thank you, Manscaped, for always having the answer to our problems.
That must have never existed until a few years ago.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. But yeah, as far as podcasts go, there's still the usual suspects. I will continue to go back and listen to these guys every now and then. My wife is going to kill me, and Podcasters of the Universe. Those are the two that I would shout out. But again, they're like toy podcasts and stuff like that. So if you're interested in something like that, then you'll probably get more entertainment from them because they know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Sort of. Sometimes I wouldn't say they all know what they're doing, but but you know what I mean.
I started getting sucked into the whole true crime podcast thing, and then after realizing there's about 1,000 of them,
yeah,
I kind of fell off because it just gets so diluted. But yeah.
I mean, I thought it would be fun to do that because I got really into that idea with only more murders in the building, and it's just like that would be fun to like sit down and like have a mystery to solve and go through it. It's like that would be fun, and then I just realized it's like, well, there's things you can send away for that kind of entertainment. You don't have to sit to a podcast,
right?
So I forget what it's called. I think it's like, I don't know. I think they have different subtypes. Like if you like horror, then you can mail away for this thing and they'll send you a mystery package. Who got murdered or mystery date or whatever like that.
I'll tell you the one thing I miss. The mall that I work above, you remember Tower City Mall in Cleveland, has a dollar store. I know you remember that dollar store. And right as you walked into that dollar store, they used to have a carousel of, those really bad reproduced DVDs where it's a paper thin case.
Yeah.
And, you could tell someone printed the cover on their laser jet or their bubble jet. And, but they had it was like a B movie paradise. I was like, where is this dollar store? And why are they, I mean, horror movies, old school horror movies. Another big genre that I'm really into is the late 60s, early 70s, like biker movies.
Okay.
And they had those. They had all the blaxploitation movies, like, you know, Rudy Ray Moore, guys like that. These were $1 a piece. You know, so and they would have these DVDs that had 2 or 3 double features on them. And I think I gave one to you. It was a movie, I think, with Mark Hamill. It was so bad. Oh, what was it called? I'll have to look that up because I can't remember. But it was such a bad movie. Some of them we couldn't even make it through. But
oh, geez.
I'm going to be introducing some of those as well. I don't know how you'll like the biker movies, but it was a big genre in the late 60s and early 70s. Just a movie with really no full story plot, just guys in the desert riding around on their bikes, you know, just being thugs. But there was a whole genre of those. And, well, we're definitely going to bring in some of those. And,
so that's like it inspired those other biker shows that are on TV right now, right?
I would think so. I mean, the biggest biker movie I can think of back then was Easy Rider with Henry Fonda. But it's along those lines. It's just a lot of these movies would be on, like, when I was growing up, they would be on like a, you know, Superhost Saturday morning movie. You know, It was either that or they had all the Godzilla and Mothras or the Jason and the Argonauts, you know.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
Looks like Dustin froze. Not sure what's going on there on his end. But there you go. You're back. You're back.
Yeah.
I feel
you're freezing a little bit too earlier, so I don't know.
I was cracking before the podcast.
Oh, you still are cracking.
I'm still cracking and popping. Great.
Yeah, every now and then. It is what it is.
But hey,
it's
another week, another episode.
And Tough Turf,
and Cop Rock. I suggest watching Tough Turf if you're a James Spader fan.
Right.
And Cop Rock, if you can make it through, you can at least say you've seen Cop Rock.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mrs. Yoke, that's for you. I think you need to watch at least 2 episodes of Cop Rock and report back in. And since we're both freezing up here and having technical difficulties, I don't know if Dustin's going to make it back or not, but...
Yeah, so... hang on.
There you go. Hey.
Yeah,
right.
Okay, so my mom said LOL. She saw it.
Ah. Okay.
I think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, she saw it. So, all right. I'm going to wrap this up, and we will see you next time. Oh, yeah, actually... Hey, check out our merch store. We got some awesome merch. I have uploaded the designs for season 4 shirts as well. And we'll be back Sunday, possibly. Waiting to hear back. And then next Thursday, I'll be back with a very special guest. He designs props and costumes and all kinds of good stuff. And I'm so looking forward to that. But yeah, until then, check out our merch. Check out aphoticrealm.com. We have a new magazine we just uploaded and released into the world. So
looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah.
I'll be placing
so
my
have
order
fun with
this
that.
Weekend.
Yeah. All right.
Adios.
Until then, see you next time.